Welcome back everyone. In this video, we'll learn how to render a list in React. So I will now create a new component called list.js and inside I will create a component. So function, and it's going to be list with capital L, and then export default list and return something inside, say t. For now, just let's call it list. And inside the index.js, let's comment the changing state and let's render list instead. So it will auto import on VS Code, but you may need to import it yourself. So I just auto imported it. And if I go to the browser, you can see that we have list, but it is very hard to see. So I will add some CSS. So back in the source file, I will add CSS on a list.css file, and let's import this on our list.js. So import list.css. So let's just make it a div and let's give it a class name of list. Let's just keep list for now, and let's add some CSS here. So I want to make the display flex actually, and justify content center, and align items center, and I want to make its height 100 viewport height. So let's get back. Yeah, it is on the center. So in order to, let's delete this params because we don't need it. Okay, so in order to render a list, we need an array. So I will now create an array const, let's call it fruits. So inside there will be apples, bananas, then pineapple, then we have, say, guava, etc. So in order to render a list now, we have to iterate over this array. So we have many array methods, and one of them is map. So in order to render a list, we have to use the map method, fruits.map, and inside we will get a single fruit. So fruit, and inside we'll have a p tag, and we will call it so if I go back to the browser, you can see that they're all in the same line, but we can fix it by adding a class to it. So class name item, and inside actually we can just add a flex direction, and I think this will change. Flex direction column. Yes, so this will change. So we have just rendered a list. Let us increase the font size a bit as well. So back in the list.css, let's make it 20 pixel. So font size 20 pixel. Back in the browser, we can see that it has indeed increased. Now, if I hit inspect, you can see on the console that we have a warning, and this warning is about each child in a list should have a unique key prop. So the thing is that it's asking for a key prop on the p element that we have rendered. Let's just add a key prop to it. So the key should be unique, and if I look at my array, you can see that we have apples, bananas, pineapple, and guava. So this is an array of unique items, and I can pretty much use the items as the key because they are unique. So I will use fruit as the key. Okay, so the key has to be unique, remember. And if I now go back to my browser and refresh, and you can see that the warning is disappeared. Even though this code works, this is not actually ideal. So I'll just get back to my code, and instead of an array of strings, I will make the array an array of objects. So inside each object there will be a unique ID which we can use as the key. And I'll just fast forward from here. So I have created an array of objects, and inside we have an unique ID and the name of the fruit. So we did it. So if we add more items with the same name, it will still not give us any error because key has to be unique, and we have given each object an unique ID. So instead of fruit, now we have to use fruit.id, and instead of fruit here, we have to use fruit.name. So if I go back to the code and refresh, you can see that our code is working fine. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.